at you.
All right.
We're muted.
Live and muted. We were discussing before we went all out.
Trades on for Dr. Disrespect.
Dr. Matt Respect, I guess. Dr. Matt Respect is in the house. We were discussing the Dr. Disrespect thing just briefly. I know it's been out for a while now, and we don't want to like touch on it too much, but Matt brought up a point that I think everybody's kind of maybe thought about, but I don't know, and so I thought maybe, but what was your point again?
I mean, like, I could be wrong about this too, because like I haven't been following the story like super well.
Yeah.
It's my assumption that if he was talking to a minor, and sexting a minor or whatever,
Sexting a minor, yeah.
that's which is what I've heard on the internet and what people are accusing him of, right?
Yeah.
If he was doing that, isn't that illegal? Wouldn't there be charges?
I would think he'd have charges filed.
Yeah, I mean, like that Dateline guy, sit down and have some cookies. That guy, the moment that
Did he really say that?
would sit down and have some cookies. They always had like Zima in their bag and like condoms and stuff. And the moment they left, they were tackled by cops because I assume that's illegal. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe somebody in chat will say, this guy's an idiot.
Why can't I think of his name now? I just said it like a few minutes ago.
What?
To Catch a Predator. What's his?
Yeah.
I know his name.
Yeah. Chris Hansen.
Chris Hansen.
Yeah.
So Chris Hansen.
You know his name.
He told him to sit down and have a cookie.
Yeah. He goes like, here.
He's like,
have a cookie.
Have a seat.
Why don't you have a seat?
Sit down and talk with me.
Yeah.
You think I want to talk to you after I tried to hit a 15-year-old kid?
Exactly.
Fucking get the hell out of there. Like, are you mad?
Everybody's accusing him of this, but there were no charges filed. Why? If that's against the law, we would have heard something criminal.
Then it goes on your morals. He's a married man. He has a child, and all from everybody else knows he's happily married man. Why are you chatting up a 17-year-old?
Well, and I understand, but that's legal.
Okay, but in the text,
it doesn't matter. Look, morally, okay, yeah, you have a problem with it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that I have problems with morally.
Yeah.
But there's not illegal.
Oh, no. But
you know what I'm saying?
But in the tweet, he never said, I didn't know.
Well, I mean, I
talked to a minor and it got a little inappropriate. That's what
I totally agree. But all I'm doing is going by the facts that I know. And I know no charges were filed.
No charges were filed.
So
if just really messed that up.
Yeah, you're an idiot.
No charges were filed.
This is really impromptu anyway. Like he Vateman over there kind of caught me off guard. I didn't realize we were even going to do a show tonight. But
I mean, we're here. Everything's set up. Let's get on here and have some fun.
It's not like I'm a legal expert or anything, but from what I can understand,
he's illegal, by the way. He's not here legally.
What I understand is that there would be charges filed at least, or there would be some type of lawsuit or something.
Yeah.
There may have been a lawsuit and they settled out of court or something. I don't know.
Yeah. There's not much litigation. There's not much known about what's going on.
All I can do is go about this or make an assumption on the facts that I do know. He did admit that he was talking to somebody that he probably shouldn't have been, right?
Absolutely.
Well, did he know at the time?
That's the question, because he didn't
I met girls that swear that they're 21, and guess what? They weren't.
Yeah.
Nothing happened or anything. And this was a long time ago. But maybe that happened with him.
Yeah.
If he didn't take it to the point. In other words, if there wasn't some type of not verification, but like in chat logs or whatever, because apparently this all happened through a chat log, right? At some type of chat.
I think it was DM through Twitch, actually.
Yeah. So if this happened, they would have chat logs of him asking how old the girl was.
See, that's what I don't understand. It's like, okay.
And if they did have verifiable proof that this dude asked her, she said she was 15 or whatever.
Yeah.
And he continued, then that would be
she's 17,
right? Wouldn't that be against the law?
She's
but
still a minor.
17 in a lot of states, and in our state, it's legal.
Still, with consent. 16 with consent in Alabama.
But
you have to be consent. The
parents you live in Alabama? Because I don't.
I do. You're visiting, remember?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, from
I think
Guatemala.
that 17
That's from Guatemala, by the way.
I don't think you need consent from your parents if you're 17.
Alabama 16.
I don't think so, bro. But no, you can get 16 with consent from parents.
Yeah.
17, you don't need consent from parents.
All right,
we are Alabama
law. Put this in the chat so we can straighten Matt out because I don't.
I agree.
Right?
You're right, and I don't know if I'm right either. We were
Yeah.
just talking about it.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Maybe if he's a kid toucher or whatever.
I hope, man.
Allegedly, I don't know what's true.
All right, so it pretty much moves to morals now. If he didn't know.
Well, morally, he's in the wrong.
Yeah,
because
he
he's
didn't
cheating
know
on
she
his
was
wife.
17, and it goes to morals. And this is like Tim the Tap Man and Nick Merckx. They're like, I can't support this. It's if he knew it was a.
What do they know? They know what we know.
Absolutely. Well, here's Tim Tap Man. They were. I think Tim was more friends with him than Nick.
Yeah,
they just play games.
You're my friend, and there's all kinds of shit that happened to you that I don't know anything about.
X-Nay on the. No, I'm kidding. I was joking. It was.
Yeah. Okay. I don't mean the message of
hell no.
No, I'm just saying that you don't tell everybody everything. Like maybe just because they're really close doesn't mean those guys know everything about them.
Absolutely.
Or have some kind of inside information on Twitter.
Well, it's kind of the whole thing's sketchy. And
of course it is. That's why everybody's talking about.
So now, everybody's talking about sketch. You're right. Everybody's talking. Everybody's talking about the streamer sketch.
Look at Mr. Broadcaster.
He got outed. Yeah. They found some old OF stuff.
Did you ever watch the guy before this?
No, I
didn't either. I didn't know who the guy was.
Well, he had a pretty good follow.
I think it's because I'm old.
I mean, look at me. I have one viewer. So, I mean, I'm not that big either. But I'm just saying, I never really watched his content.
It's not what all the girls say.
This is the first I'm hearing of him. And but I watched the video where he actually came out and said, "Hey, this is what happened." And I'm an addict.
Uh-huh.
And he's an addict.
He's an addict.
Yes.
Of what?
I don't know. I didn't get all that. What? No, like drugs. He's an addict of drugs. And so he was in a bad spot, so he did. Gay.
Little Boy Blue?
He did a gay.
I thought he was gay.
He did gay OF.
No, I think he was just gay, though.
I don't know. Maybe he is. I think he's just gay. I didn't hear that, but.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. No.
I don't know. But he did gay OF stuff.
Yeah.
About 2 years ago is what he said.
Right. But I didn't think it was because of drugs.
And it was sincere, and I totally was like, I feel for this guy.
I mean, look.
And the reason I feel for it is because I probably would, if I have to come out with a video like he did, I would probably do the same thing because it was heartfelt from him, but it was also kind of funny. And I'm not trying to be insensitive about it, but he's like,
in this day and time, if you do something on the internet and you don't think somebody's going to find it, you're an idiot.
Yes.
And he did it, and he probably knew maybe one day it might come out.
Little Boy Blue.
And Little Boy
needed the money.
Because he needed the money. But I don't think that in this case it was all about the money, though. I think the guy...
No, he was in a bad spot.
I thought it was like he owned up to being in the closet.
No, well, I don't know if he ended up doing that, but I know he was in a bad spot. About 2 years ago.
Okay. I did not. Okay.
And he did some gay OF because we can't say the name.
Well, whatever.
I don't know why, but we can't say the name. But he did some gay, pretty much that.
I mean, look, he's not messing around with minors.
But I love it when you said Little Boy Blue. I was like,
well, he needed the money.
It actually falls right into the core sketch. So that's 2 streamers.
But I think that you're wrong there. I really do. I don't think it was a money thing. I think the guy was closeted.
Well, I don't know.
Wasn't telling people
I didn't look into all the whole.
Maybe I'm wrong too. I don't know.
But all I know is
I do know this. I don't know if this guy. I'm not a fan. Not that I don't know what he does, and I might have been a fan.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just had no idea who it was until this came up. Apparently, a lot of people know about this dude, though.
Yes, he's a popular streamer. I think someone said that he's gotten more popular over the last year and a half with his content, and I feel bad that I don't know to think about his content. So
And it just
sorry,
came
Sketch,
out. That's so wild, though,
but-
right? So just somebody found.
But yeah,
Random
they
video.
started posting it on Twitter, and so it
Imagine that happening.
it tells you that, hey, internet, people on the internet, people on social media.
Everybody knows, though, right? I'm like,
Well, that and you.
if you put something on the internet,
It's flickering.
huh?
I keep getting a flicker every now and again. Oh, you know what? It's that new camera. Like, okay, I know what it is now.
Everybody, like, if you don't understand that anything you put on the internet can be used against you in a court of law, everyone's going to see it.
Oh,
You don't know this.
Somebody screenshots your crap. It doesn't matter.
You're an idiot. I mean, like, if you don't understand, so he had to have known.
Yeah. I mean, let's put it this way. There's a let's go with well, and I play Fortnite with my kid, and I suck at it. I suck at Fortnite.
Yeah, you do.
And I did something, and it wasn't stupid. It was unfortunate. And I was trying to do something.
This one time when he was making a sandwich.
No, I was trying to do something in the game to help the team, and unfortunately, I got blown up. And my son flipped it, and you know, it's there. My brother has it, my nephew has it on their phones, and they show people, and it. Of course, it's not like I'm not totally embarrassed by it, but it kind of sucks for me because I fudged up, right? That's what I'm saying. It's like it's always going to be there.
It's probably the same as you blowing some guy.
That wasn't me. That wasn't me. The guy looked like me, but it wasn't me. He might have looked like me, but it wasn't me. I promise.
Everybody knows that if you're doing something on the internet, if you're putting something on the internet, first and foremost, expect somebody to say something horrible about it.
Yeah.
Second, everyone's going to see it.
This is true.
Especially if you're doing something, you know, like porn of any nature, you know. I don't care if it's homosexual porn or straight porn or whatever. Huh?
It's right.
I mean, if
can we say
it? Or prawn? I'm sorry.
I don't even know who said that.
I don't know that you can say porn. Why'd I say it again? Dadgummit. Sorry.
We'll find out. When they
my last podcast was a long time. I'm new to these rules.
Me too, man. Me too. We'll find out though. But so since we've gotten out of the sketch, let's do one little I only want to use one because I don't want to waste all these things on Mr. Matt here. But this is Topo Chico. He doesn't really care for just straight up seltzers. He likes his lemonade seltzers or his what are they called? The fruit juice? No. What are the other ones called? The fruit ones, the fruit juice ones or something.
The punch
ones.
I don't really like those anymore.
Because you're all eliminated.
Yeah, so I'm all in on the lemonade.
So this is to me the tropical mango is the best one. I like it probably the best. So we're gonna let Mr. Matt try it and see what he thinks because I love his reactions when he doesn't like something. So maybe, hopefully, he doesn't like it.
So this is the one I asked him.
It's my favorite one.
Yeah, I asked him which one is the best, and he gave me this one. Now I'm thinking it's the worst.
No, this is my.
You like my reactions to. This is so cool. So the bottom of this glass has a little football.
Yeah.
Laser edged into it. It's cool.
Yeah, I've had that for years. Uh-oh. He didn't like spew and hiss and throw it at me, so.
Why would you buy that, dude?
But you didn't.
I can't be. Forget. All right, I'm done. I can't be your friend anymore.
Awkward.
This is terrible. This is absolutely terrible.
Okay.
How do you drink these?
So disclaimer.
Disclaimer.
These seltzers that I'm okay with it. You know, it's the hint of flavor stuff, and he can't stand it.
There is no hint of flavor.
There is hint of flavor.
No, it tastes like it got freaking filtered through a fruit punch flavored
Uh,
G-string.
So the other thing about so the Topo Chico has got their own mineral water,
Chico.
and they also have flavored water, sparkling water, and they all taste like this with their flavor, different flavors.
Shit.
But this,
Yeah,
and it's
shit.
good. I actually get
Tastes like shit.
I actually get the sparkling water.
Drink water.
I actually get the
Drink the water. Why would you drink water that tastes
and I get
terrible?
I mean, it's okay with it.
you're no.
So, what do you
Disagree.
rate that? What's your rating?
My rating is what every one of these that you've asked me to taste that tastes like that. Like a one. I mean,
A one.
okay, so I can get it down my gullet without throwing up. It's a one. If they drop the nuclear bomb tomorrow and there's nothing left to drink but these,
Is this
get the job done.
This is a 1 out of 10. All right,
1 out of 10.
1 out of 10.
1 out of 10. It's horrible. Why anyone would ever drink this?
This is 8 out of 10 for me.
You're out of your mind.
This is good to me.
Your taste buds are. I cannot trust you with being a critic, a beer snob critic.
Well, I'm trying.
I can't trust you.
Trying to expand my reach with drinks.
I understand that, and that's fine. But these taste like crap.
Well, yeah,
These taste really bad.
Hey, stop talking to my dog. Sorry.
Stop.
Well, that was a bust.
That was a funny
bust.
bust.
So earlier we were bust. So earlier we were.
What did I tell you? It's a terrible freaking drink. Okay.
So earlier we were talking about our animal problems.
Oh yeah.
How? I mean, of course, mine. He's just hard hit, pretty much.
Look at these.
Oh yeah.
Look at these guys.
It's a fight.
Hold on a second, guys. We got freaking TMZ animal style over here.
No, it's fine.
These guys are fucking.
No, it's fine. She's
Dude, she was hissing.
Oh yeah, my cat. I don't know, the mic might have picked up on it, but my female, she's
She went nuts, man.
Oh yeah, and she's declawed on the front. I didn't declaw her, by the way. Disclaimer: I didn't declaw her. My wife did.
Disclaimer.
But she'll there and smack him around. He's just like, oh, do more. May I have some, please?
He's in the SNL.
And he's stupid. He's
stupid.
He's hard. Well, he's hard headed. I mean, he's a good pup, but he's just hard headed.
He's a good dog. He's a good dog.
He is a good pup. Uh-oh.
What is that?
That's my son. I didn't mean to try to say Sorry.
Listen to her. Listen to her. Good Lord. She's going to kill your dog. Oh. Oh, she's declawed. Yeah, you said that.
Yeah, she's declawed.
Wow, dude, she's mad.
She does it all the time.
She's so damn mad. This cat's freaking go. She's ready to go.
Yeah. Yeah, so, all right. So tell us about your puppy problems. I really enjoyed you telling me. I told you.
It's a personal story between me and my friend over here. He was cooking me an excellent burger.
Come on, tell us about your pup.
I don't think it.
And let's be animated about this too.
Yeah, he seems to. Well, I thought it was funny too, but it was more of a "Hey, my life sucks" kind of story. But he just laughed the whole time, so I don't know how anyone will take this. It doesn't seem entertaining to me. But I'll try to tell the story. Good Lord, what kind of freaking hot spot did you put me in? So I have this dog. I guess she's like 2 years old now. And she's a Morkie poo. If you don't know what it is, look it up. It's like a poodle freaking Yorkie freaking Maltese mix. It's like a design.
By the way, she hates me. And I have no clue.
She hates the shit out of you. And I know I have a clue. The first time you met her, you was like, ah!
I didn't do that to her.
Yes, you did. This dog likes everybody. all she wants to do is get in your lap and love on you.
I didn't.
You know?
Yeah.
She's my daughter's dog. She's a lap dog. That's all she wants to do is hop in your lap and cuddle. And she's scared of Bateman big time. Big time.
I didn't at her or anything.
Yeah, you did.
I don't know why.
Yeah, you did. She jumped very high. I remember. Yeah, ever since.
Was I drinking?
She
I
didn't
don't
like
remember
you.
this.
Yeah, you were drinking.
Oh, well, then
You're at my house.
That's not my fault, then.
You got to have a 6-pack before you come in the door at my house.
It's not my fault. I claim the beer.
So she's not the smartest dog in the world. We had a very hard time potty training this dog. And we finally got her potty trained on a pad. And she's great now. She only goes and potties on this pad or outside. And that's it. We don't have any accidents anymore. Except for my dining room that coincidentally we did a show out of just the other day. And I guess Bateman just thinks I keep areas of my house, caged off, because I did have that dining room caged off, and he never asked me why, but that's why it was all caged off to keep the dog out, because the dog, man, these guys really, because the dog, for some reason,
they don't do that much. They just do it because they're doing this now because Calypso's not the smartest cat in the world. She's too stupid to get away from him.
Yeah.
So she just sits there and I have to usually pick her up and put her somewhere higher until he goes and does what he does, because she's just.
So I don't know why, but my dog has picked this one room, my dining room. She likes to pee and poop in that dining room. I don't know why, but she does it. So I have had it roped off with a kennel cage or whatever, that's real long, for almost a year. And the other day when we did that show, I realized after you left, I was like, dude, I've had this area of my house caged off for almost a year because this dog keeps, going to the back. That's not cool.
Yeah.
So I opened it back up. I said, well, it's been almost a year now. She never has an accident. She always goes on the pad. So I closed closed the kennel cage thing up, kind of, it's like a accordion or whatever, and you just kind of collapse it up.
Yep.
And got it out of there. So the first 2 days, everything was great. Then I walked in there and she had pooped in there. I figured, okay, well, maybe it's just an accident this one time. Whatever, it happens. I mean, I've pooped my pants before. No.
Wait. That's a totally different.
No,
save that one for later.
So I didn't think anything about it. The next day, I cleaned it up, and then the next day, poop, pee, everything all over there. So I was like, nah, forget it. So I have an area, a very large area of my, a full dining room of my house that's caged off, and I don't ever use it because this little tiny lap dog pees and poops in it every time. Anytime that I don't have it, bordered off. So that was the story.
And when we were talking about my dog, he's about 400 pounds heavier than she is. Wow. And we were, hey, okay, never mind. They're fine. They're just kids.
He's gonna eat that cat. Alf.
She got under something.
He can't find her.
He got under something. But
He's from Melmac.
Yeah. Dude, this camera keeps. So this camera is focusing on you. It'll lose focus, and then it'll start. I don't know. It's a new camera. So I apologize. I apologize if the camera keeps. I'm hoping the camera stops, but it's not every. I've been watching it. It's doing. It loses focus. It goes back. I don't know, man. Anyway, so if the camera bothering you, just listen to the audio. Don't worry about the video.
Yeah.
Because it's I don't know, it's weird. I think it's you know what it is? It's because the light was dimming, and that's why it's doing that. All right, so I didn't know that camera actually did that. That's awesome. By the way, I need to figure out how to turn it off though. You need to hold on a second. You need to hold on a second. Okay, we're back. My son had to show Matt something.
My son.
My son. My son had to show Matt something. All right.
My David.
So,
You'd all be dead if it wasn't for my David.
so we were talking about our animals. I've got 2 cats and a dog. And my cats are 13. They're actually older now. And they are not as active as they used to be. But they still try to kill my dog. And my dog's like 100 pounds heavier than they are. And it's a funny thing to watch them do. He's a year and a half. So you got 13-year-old cat, so a year and a half dog. That's like 100. He's not 100. He's probably about 65.
In dog years?
No, he's like
What are you talking about?
Wait,
Oh, okay.
he's probably about 65 pounds or something. He's a heavy dog.
How old is he?
So a year, about a year and a half.
Ah, dude, he's a baby.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And so he's all this energy, and the cats can't keep up with him. They're old, but he tries his damnedest to get them to play with him. He's like, "Come on, play with me, play with me." Like,
So you brought it up. Do you think that the clawing your cat is like
I wouldn't do it.
you don't believe in it? Really?
Mm-mm.
Why?
Um,
It does kind of suck like if they ever get out.
If they ever get out, that's the whole thing. Is if they ever get out, they have no way to defend themselves. They have no way to climb a tree or anything else to get away from dogs, other dogs. So I wasn't happy about it when she did it.
What happens if you don't have them declawed though? Like what do they scratch and stuff?
Loki, get out of there! They scratch up your like my door frames.
What?
Back there scratched up.
Really?
Oh yeah, the backs of my chairs I had before were just shredded.
My wife's cat
They were shredded. But I mean, like I didn't agree with it. Like just in case they decide they got out, if they got out, like somehow, some way that
no way.
I don't know how, but then they could, if a dog treat them, they're in a tree. They're not going to get hurt. Of course, being inside cats, it's kind of suck for them trying to figure out.
Yeah, I'm like, how would they survive anyway? To tell you the truth,
but they have.
They don't go feral like hogs.
I'm very confident that they have those instincts.
Yeah, I mean, like after a couple generations, but that cat's gonna die. I mean, she may give birth, but she's not gonna be around for very long. Oh. This is like hogs. Like hogs go feral within like one generation.
Is it?
Yeah, pigs, like domesticated pigs.
Yeah.
If you take them out into the woods, like one generation later, they're feral hogs. Yeah, it's weird.
Oh wow!
They like grow tusks and shit.
Loki, get out of there! My dog's name's Loki, by the way, and he's about to knock my.
Now you have to change all your passwords.
He's about to. There's numbers. They can't guess everything.
Yeah, they can.
But so we were also talking about So I don't know how you transition from animals and everything we're doing, but we were talking about something a little more spookier. It's
Spooky.
well, it's about dreams.
Spooky.
Yes, the spookiness. Well,
Spooky.
so we were talking about dreams. We were talking about actually sleep paralysis. I'll tell him some juicy things about me and my sleep paralysis stuff that I've had in the past. But I've got to take like a 3-minute break. So give me about
He's got a turtle head poking out.
minutes, and I'll be right back. I love that song. It's really nice. It's a banger. Banger song. I love it. I'd play it over and over again. But we're back, and sorry, I had to go to the.
Were we?
No. So, anyways, I wanted to talk. I know I don't think I've told Matt too many of my of what's going on with like sleep paralysis. I don't even know if Matt's even told me if he ever had it. Have you ever had sleep paralysis?
Absolutely not.
Turner, have you ever had it? Sleep paralysis. Okay. So I thought you said you did one time. Anyways, that was my son I was asking. Yeah, I have. So I'm gonna give Matt. You've heard of sleep paralysis, though, right?
Yeah, I know all about it. I mean, like, I think it's.
But you've never gone. All right. So
okay, we'll take that back. I think it could be a legitimate sleeping disorder. I just don't think people are actually seeing shadow people.
All right.
You know,
I was gonna cut these into shorts and do these like and I still might do it and put them in shorts too. But I've had numerous accounts of sleep paralysis. Numerous.
You have?
Yes, numerous. But there's 3 of them that stand out the most for me. And so we'll get into it. I'll go from least to like the creepiest, scariest one. So I'll start with the first one. The first one, I think I'm awake, and I can't move my body. My body's not moving. Nothing's moving. All right. And I hear this dog barking in my ear. And it's not like a just it's like ferocious, like coming after me bark, right? So it's on my left side, and I hear this bark, and I'm trying to run, and I'm like, holy crap, I've got to get away from this dog. The funny thing was, it sounded like my dog. It sounded like my dog. I had a dog. It was a bull mastiff pit bull named Dooley. Sweetest dog in the world. Loved her to death. Loved her. She was my baby for 10, 11 years. She had hip dysplasia and got cancer. It was sad. So it sounded like her, but it was like coming after me. And I'm like, why can't I wake up? Why can't I move? You know, it was scary. So I finally I wake up, and of course I'm looking around, and my dog's asleep on her chair. She had a chair. She loved her chair. And I look over, she's asleep on my chair. And I'm like, what the heck? What was that? What just happened? So and this is back when I was late teens and still living at home with mom, right? And so I tell her about it. She's like, "Oh, so you had sleep paralysis?" And I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Yeah, it's a thing." I'm like, "What?" So I looked it up, and I'm like, "Oh, it's a thing. It's a phenomenon, pretty much."
Well, I mean, that's a sleep disorder,
And
but people take it to an extreme.
Dude, these next 2, crazy.
Like, I have insomnia, and that's a real thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every now and then, I straight up can't sleep for like 4 nights.
Yeah.
You know, it's terrible. It sucks really bad.
Oh, these next 2 get better. These next 2 get better.
Well, I was gonna say the sleep paralysis. Okay, that can be a legit sleeping disorder. I get that, but that people saying they see shadow people and they think they're really shadow people.
Okay, and I didn't mean to make that face, but when you said shadow people, it's funny.
Because that's not what you always hear.
So here's once I tell you my stories, then I'll tell you how I really feel about sleep paralysis. Now, do I feel like my body's not moving? My body's not moving. It's not. Okay, but so let me go ahead and knock these two stories out, and then I'll tell you how I feel about it. And please chime in whenever you want to. I'm not telling you just listen and shut up and just listen, right? I want you to chime in. So my next one, I was up in North Alabama. I was training in North Alabama. I was training, and so they had me in a hotel room.
Training.
Yeah. This is
like for a job.
We're talking about 2003 here. This is so I was up there training. Actually in the Gunnersville area, Lake Gunnersville. I was like right there. Lake Gunnersville was like right there. It's a beautiful lake. So one night I wake up. Well, I say I wake up, and it feels like something is sitting on my chest, right? And I'm like, what the hell? I can't see anything. It's like my eyelids won't open, but my body's not moving either. And something is on my chest. And all of a sudden, the whole bed.
It's a bag.
That's funny. I'll tell you. I'll get into that too. So then the whole bed starts shaking. Everything starts shaking. So when I woke up, I actually thought I was having a seizure, but it wasn't. But the whole the whole bed is shaking, and I'm just like, finally, I muster up a yell. So I'm yelling to wake me up. I wake up. Of course, there's nothing there. There's nothing around. The bed's not vibrating anymore. Nothing, right? And I'm just like, what the fuck?
Vibrating bed, huh?
Dude, telling you.
Put some
quarters in.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm freaked out, right? I mean, what the hell was sitting on me, right? The next day, I had called home and I was talking to a couple of like my mom and my brother, and my mom chimed in and said, "Oh, the old hag got you." If you don't believe me, look it up.
I know.
Look it up. The old hag, not boo hag, because the boo hag does the same thing.
It's the same thing.
So the boo hag is the voodoo version, right? The old hag sits on you and tries to suck your life. You know,
in the South, it's big. That's why people paint their houses Hank
blue hag. Yep.
Yeah.
So I was, the hell, right?
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, the old hag stayed in Gunnersville because I ain't seen her or felt her or anything else since. I'm done with her.
You'll go back to her. You always do. You know,
they can be hot.
You are on a break.
No, actually, it wasn't. All right, so a couple years later, now granted, I've had sleep paralysis issues. At least I'd say that
happens to a lot of guys.
Yeah. Well, all right. So the research that I've done in with sleep paralysis is when people experience it, it's because they're highly stressed. Most times they're highly stressed. I'm like, well, I mean, those 2 episodes, I was pretty stressed. I didn't want to be where I was at, and the old hag got me.
Yeah.
And and so I'm still living at home with my mom, and I'm kind of stressed because I want to be on my own, but I don't have the job at that moment to get on my own. So I can let's put that together. Okay, that sounds good to me, right?
Mm.
This next one, dude, I'm kind of nervous about telling this one because you're gonna laugh here. You're probably gonna, man, you're gonna just destroy me. You're going to destroy me.
I'm gonna destroy you.
So this is
either way. This is
all right. YouTube, I ain't lying when I tell you this. Matt might destroy me, but there's got to be somebody out there that feels my pain, right? Please, somebody comment or something. DM me on Facebook.
Don't give this guy love for this bullshit ass story.
Dude, this is true.
Okay, tell the story.
All right. This is about 2005, 2006. My wife and my child are both sick, so they, camped out in the big bedroom, we called it, our bedroom. And so I had to sleep in the computer room. I don't want to tell you this now. I mean, I would tell YouTube this, but now you're just going to bury me for this.
I was going to bury you anyway. You might as well tell me. This is not
All right.
going to be that.
In the computer room, we had a futon. And the futon pretty much faced the TV where I had the PlayStation 2 set up, and then I had the computer sitting on the sidewalk. Well, I'm sleeping in the futon, just chilling, and all of a sudden, sleep paralysis hits. Now, at the time, I didn't know it was sleep paralysis. I was asleep, and oh my God, man, you're gonna kill me. I started hearing the clicking noise. This clicking noise. And if you know what I'm talking about, it's like that. From the Signs. The Signs movie. Did you ever see The Signs? So I start hearing that. I start hearing that sound. And I look, so pretty much I feel like I'm on my back, right? And I feel like I'm on my back. And I look up and I see this dark figure standing over me.
Swing away, Pat. Swing away. You need a glass of water.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. So I'm looking up and I see, and of course now I'm trying to wake up. I'm like, get up. My eyes weren't open.
You were asleep.
I just thought I was
You dummy.
I couldn't move.
You had a bad dream.
I couldn't wake myself up. I was nothing.
That's what happens when you're having bad
dreams for a reason.
Yeah, it's got a nightmare.
So
you dumbass.
So yeah, but in my defense, if I'm having a nightmare, I can wake myself up. I can wake up just like that.
What?
Oh yeah.
What the hell kind of superhero are you?
So that ends the sleep paralysis because we're about to get into dreams now.
Yeah, I'll tell you about some dreams. I come from a long line of freaking sleepwalkers.
Oh, hold on. One more thing about sleep paralysis.
Uh-huh.
Sleep paralysis, you might think your eyes are open, but they're not. You're still asleep. Your whole body's asleep. The only thing, and I've read about this.
So is your mind.
But the reading could be wrong, but I read that your subconscious wakes up.
Oh.
So your body's still asleep in your brain, but your subconscious kind of, hey, it's weird.
Isn't that what a dream is?
Hold on. I'm almost
You're asleep and your subconscious goes, I'm bored. And
no, you're awake, but you're not. Like your rest of your body's asleep still. That's sleep paralysis.
Okay.
That's what I've read. I could be wrong, but hey, anybody that's like a psychiatrist or whatever can hit me up on that. So now we're getting into dreams. Matthew, you have the floor. Mr. Matt Black, you have the floor.
I come from a long line of sleepwalkers. Everybody in my family basically does some form of sleepwalking. We are very deep sleepers. I have woken up many, many times in fights because I dream.
Wait, who you fight?
Exactly. Am I fighting a ghost? I'm dreaming I'm in a fight. And I wake up. Okay. Then I wake up. Do I automatically say, "Oh, I was fighting a ghost"?
I
had a dream. Well, it's basically what you're saying. I had a dream. Exactly. I had a dream. This is getting way too Martin Luther King-y. But I did have a dream that I was in a fight. And I woke up, and that happened many, many times. It's happened to my brothers, too.
Yeah.
So you dream something so vivid that when you wake up from that dream, you're doing it. My brother, well, that was when he was drunk. That wasn't a dream. Never mind. And I'll keep that story to myself because it was a little crazy. But, yes, that's the whole point. If you dream a vivid dream like that, it feels real. You think that somebody is standing over you.
I think
nobody's standing over you.
I think sleep paralysis is different.
Now,
different.
Okay, I will at least. I'm not.
Because you're not paralyzed.
You don't know what the study. I assume that's a legitimate sleep disorder.
Yeah.
I mean, and if it's a legitimate sleep disorder, okay, fine. I get it. But that's not, sleep paralysis is not necessarily what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
It's the sleep paralysis and evil demon black things that people see. That's a little fucked up and weird. I don't believe that's happening.
I think sleep paralysis, and a lot of people are like, sleep paralysis, you see shadows. What you said, sleep paralysis, to me, you're asleep. It's a dream state. You're in a dream state, but something in your brain wakes you up, but your body's still asleep. So that's why you can't move, because your body is that part of your brain where your body's sleeping is still not active.
I understand.
And so that's what makes me think that sleep paralysis is different, because you're dreaming. Like, I'm not saying that happened. I'm not saying that it's something dark standing over me with the alien sounding. That just creeped me the fuck out.
But that's what
Creeped me the hell out. That just creeped me out.
Can you not cuss?
I don't want to.
Oh, okay.
I mean, limits.
I get it. I get it.
Limits.
Well, you need to tell me, because I
It's
cuss
fine.
a
It's
lot.
just limited. That's fine.
Yeah.
Just limited. But so that.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah,
then.
that was like,
I understand that.
dude,
That
scary.
That makes a lot of sense to me.
I think I was
Having a really terrible nightmare, and waking up and thinking, man, that was horrible. That felt like somebody was in the room with me.
Yep.
I get it. But there are a lot of sleep paralysis stories that you hear where they say there was somebody in the room.
Visually saw. I don't believe that.
That's what they believe, though. They believe there are people that come and visit them when they get sleep paralysis.
Being, and I can't say victim because I'm not, but being a person that has experienced sleep paralysis, I can 100% tell you I was not visited. It was my brain and it was my body that was not.
This is the very first time.
That was not.
Damon, I congratulate you, because this is the very first time that something weird has ever happened to you that you have admitted to me it was all just a dream. It's not a big deal. It's something normal that happens to most people.
Neurological. I think it's neurological.
Hey, look at you. See, I'm a grown. See how easy that was.
All right, so let's go. Let's push it. Let's push the dreams. Let's push to more.
Now, why did you think that I was going to bash you for that? Because
you bash me about everything.
I only bash you when you believe dumb stuff. Dumb stuff.
So okay, so let's go. Let's go. Can you? And I can tell you.
You're a smart guy.
I can tell you I can. But my question to you is, can you control your dreams?
I cannot. I know there are some people apparently that can.
I can't.
Lucid. You can lucid dream. Really? I
will give you an example.
believe that. Like, there are some people that they will straight up, like, they are very convinced that they can control their dreams, and like, why would they want? Why would they lie about that? Like, there's nothing paranormal about it.
I will give you examples. I'll give you one example. One very true. The one. Like, it's like my home run. You can't beat it.
What?
Experience. Okay. So, and the reason why I say that, because I'm 11, 12 years old, right? And I had this reoccurring nightmare. Just almost every other night. And when I go to bed, I'm like, please don't let me have this dream. Please. Well, then finally,
you're the only other person I've had that
reoccurring nightmare.
Dream.
Okay, so
I have reoccurring dreams.
So I had, and I'm like, God, what? So then I said, all right, you know what? If I have this dream again, I'm going to bring some allies. I'm 11, 11 years old, right? So who am I going to bring in there, right? You think about this. So I said, all right, if I had this dream, I'm going to bring in. Okay, don't laugh. Okay, you can laugh. But one of my favorite movies back when I was like, and I'm going to go back because I don't think I was 10 or 11. I think I was actually still living in Georgia at the time. So I was like 8 years old. Beastmaster was one of my favorite.
Oh, it was a great freaking flick, man.
One of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
And Kodo and Podo and Rue.
Yeah, the little thieves.
Yeah, and Rue,
thieves.
The tiger.
Yeah.
All right.
I remember that movie. It was great.
I was having this nightmare, and it was about this big alligator, and it was always trying to chase me and get me, and it was this, and so I said, all right, fine. If I had this nightmare again, because it was recurrent, it happened every time, and I was terrified. I said, all right, if this happens again, Kodo, Podo, Rue, they're all going to come in my dream, and they're going to help. So I go to sleep, and it's like almost like instant. As soon as I just boom, here comes the alligator. I'm like, I know I'm dreaming now. I know I'm in this dream state, and I start. Here comes Kodo and Podo, and here comes Rue, and they take care of the alligator. And I'm like, holy crap, that actually worked. I'm 8, 9 years old.
That's not necessarily. Well, I guess it could be considered
so
lucid.
I'm 8, 9 years old, and I realize I'm in that nightmare, so I automatically bring them in. Right?
Yeah.
That's crazy. To this day. Now, I have had nightmares where I can't do anything about it, even though I've realized, wait a minute, I'm in a dream, I'm in a nightmare. So more 9 times out of 10, when I realize it, I wake up. I just wake up.
Mm-hmm.
But there's sometimes where like I'm really into this dream, and then I start thinking, oh, I'm dreaming. I can just like somebody say, for instance, if you can stick your hand in front of your face, you're dreaming. That means you can control your dream or bring stuff in to help. I don't know how true that is because if I realize it, then I start trying to wake myself up. 9 times out of 10 nowadays, I just try to wake myself up.
I sleep so deeply and I dream so heavily. There is no lucid dreaming with me. I am in another world.
Yeah.
There is no I don't know that I'm dreaming. I'm that's why I rarely have a nightmare. I rarely dream anything awful, which is very odd because I watch horror movies all the time. I love horror movies.
Yeah.
I have only had maybe a handful of nightmares in my life. It's very odd, but it's a good thing because if I did have them, I would not like sleep, man. I mean, because I dream very vividly, and I have recurring dreams, and nobody likes to hear about anybody's dream because it's like trying to describe a movie or something that was very important to you, but nobody else is going to think it's important. It just sounds stupid, So, but there's never been any kind of lucid dreaming with me. So I definitely think that is a thing for sure. I'm like, too many people say that it is a thing. Like, why? I just don't know how I would ever do it. There's never a point in time where I think I'm dreaming.
Yeah.
I think I'm there or whatever.
Yeah, and I bring up Beastmaster because I'm 8 years old. I'm in the 80s. Beastmaster.
Is that the only time you ever did it?
Beastmaster was my favorite. No. There's several times where I've had like a nightmare where I've actually kind of like knew I was dreaming, so I did something. Hell, there was one. So there's another instance where I was in a nightmare. And the nightmare was like someone chasing me with a gun. Someone chasing.
How often do you have breaking nightmares? You seem to have them.
It's not too bad.
Is that why you don't really like horror movies, or?
I mean, it's not that I don't like horror movies. It's like they're just not my thing. I like action movies.
I do too.
Action guy. But there was one where I thought, man, this guy's chasing me. I need a gun. I need to find a gun, or I need a gun. And then I like stick my hand right here, and I've got a gun. It's like
in my dreams, nothing works. I would reach for a gun, and the holster would fall on the floor or something. Yeah, it's always like whatever I'm trying to do is always like one step ahead of me.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm trying to light the fire, and I'm right there, and the thing that's on fire just goes out or whatever. I'm trying to run away from a snake. And all of a sudden, I have just so happen to have a strained ankle.
It was two. Yeah, one of those two.
You're always like one step. Yeah,
absolutely. Something
from getting something done.
All right, so I like that you mentioned that Beastmaster, and it actually
you never said.
Go ahead.
Put that on background for just 1 second. I want to talk about that movie too. But what do you think about I'm not lucid dreaming. Sleep paralysis. What do you think about what those people say?
Well, what I told you,
when they absolutely say that there was somebody in there.
No,
you don't believe. I know that you said that about yourself, so you don't believe.
For me, and this is talking about me. There's nobody in that room.
I know, I understand that. But what do you think about those
other people? I honestly
Because apparently you know someone who had an experience with a boo hag.
Yes, I do. I honestly think it was a dream. I honestly think the boo hag thing, man. I don't. If it's an entity, which I mean, I've never seen an entity. I've never felt an entity. I've always heard. I've always heard things.
You saw one.
No.
You told me you saw one.
I saw a shadow, but I've
I
never.
thought you saw a little girl.
Oh, but it was a silhouette. It was a silhouette, so I've like never actually fully. I don't know how even know how to put that, but with the boo hag thing, and please don't hate me for this. The boo hag thing for me is like an entity. It's like a demon, right?
For sure. Yeah, I totally agree.
And I think that
I believe
she was attacked by a demon, and I think that the demon told her, "Hey, I'm going for your kid." And I don't think it was a boo hag. I don't think it was a voodoo thing. I think it was a demon.
No, I can totally. If there is an explanation, like for me, and this is just my worldview, that makes sense to me. In other words, that to me is a logical explanation. To other people, that would seem like complete BS.
Well, I think her house was infested with demons.
It might have, yeah. I can agree with that totally. I know how other people who might not be, because I'm a guy, I'm a man of faith.
Yeah.
I understand people that might not have the same worldview as me might hear that explanation and say, "That's ridiculous," and I understand. I get it, but that is totally logical to me. Which I know that sounds weird to some people.
Well, if you listen to her and her husband on the show, which I
didn't see this. This is so
I don't even remember what it's called. I think it's called Paranormal Witness.
This is a friend of his.
I went to school with her. It's called Paranormal Witness, I think, and I don't remember what episode it was. But it was about the voodoo. The episode was called Voodoo Preacher or something like that. On Twitch. I did a Paranormal Nights episode on it. But I went to school with her. We were close classmates for a couple of years, but kind of senior year, kind of tapered off. Nothing because of anything going on. It's just life. Just life happens. Boyfriends, girlfriends, so whatever. But me and her had a good relationship as friends in high school. It was good stuff. But just life happened, and I don't want to bring her name up because you'll find her. I think it's called the Voodoo Preacher, and I think it's Paranormal Witness. I think. But
I agree with you. If there is any logical explanation for that, it would be something demonic.
I think it was. I mean, if you listen to them, it sounded more demonic than it sounded voodoo. Right?
More 6 in one hand, half dozen in the other. I mean, right?
You know what I'm saying? This demonic sounded like so much.
What's very odd? I mean, think of it. Even if you were an atheist, think about this one. This is very weird to me. Disney
we're just jumping up the deep end.
Well, this is just funny because you brought up voodoo.
Disney's woke.
I understand, but listen to this story. So Disney just changed Splash Mountain, right?
What do you mean changed it? I mean,
they completely changed it.
I heard whispers, but I didn't hear.
Oh, it's gone. Yeah, it's gone. The only place you can go.
They woke Splash Mountain.
They woke up Splash. Well,
they woke Splash
The only
Mountain.
place you can ride Splash Mountain is in Japan now. Yeah. So
get the tickets.
I know exactly. They did a poll. It was Splash Mountain was the most popular ride attraction ever.
That's all I ever heard was Splash Mountain.
Yeah, like in any park. Yeah. That was the most popular ride, and they woke it up. So I know it's ridiculous. So they turned it into Tiana's adventure or whatever.
Yeah.
Tiana's a cool princess. She deserves a ride. Just don't make it Splash Mountain.
I'm sorry.
The Princess and the Frog.
Oh.
Tiana, the Princess and the Frog. They turned it into her ride, which is fine. Give her a ride. She deserves a ride. But don't make it Splash Mountain. Make it something else. Just add another ride. So they turned it into Tiana's adventure, whatever. Which okay, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
They didn't include the villain of the movie, The Princess and the Frog.
I never watched that movie.
Well,
I'm
you've
sorry.
seen it.
I've never
seen it.
never
I've
watched
seen it. Just watch it with Georgia.
Disney, right?
But,
So
yeah.
my favorite Disney movie, and probably the only one I've watched from beginning to end, like several times, even drunk, even like a drunk, guilty drunk
Yeah.
movie thing. When like we go to my friend's house and we all get drunk and we would just turn that movie on.
Okay, what movie?
What? Huh?
You didn't.
Lion King.
Oh,
I got you. I was sitting there thinking, oh, I'm gonna get you now. I'm gonna make you. I'm like, what? Come on. Did it come? What?
no, I'm like when you have anybody's got a small child. I've watched a ton of Disney movies just because of my daughter, and one of them is The Princess and the Frog. She liked the movie. The villain in that movie is a voodoo priest. Okay, it's a dude in Louisiana, voodoo priest, right?
Yeah.
They didn't include the villain of that movie in her ride. And you would assume that they would, because most rides that are based on those movies, they have the protagonist and the antagonist, the
absolutely.
hero and the villain, right? The reason they didn't include the bad guy is because they didn't want to offend any voodoo practitioners. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. Now, there's probably a couple hundred actual practicing voodoo people out there, right?
Yeah.
Maybe a couple hundred in the entire country. And even those couple hundred think that, the vast majority of what they're doing is BS.
So, okay. If I worried
This is so stupid.
If I worried about offending everybody. Now, see, I'm trying to keep the language down, minimal. I'm not going to sit there and not cuss. I'm not going to tell my buddy Matt to not cuss. But
I apologize.
I do want to limit it because I do know that some of the things we talk about, kids are going to enjoy, right? And I don't want to sit there and make it to where they can't enjoy it because I know some of the things we talk about are going to be around the. And when I say, I don't even say kids. I'm talking about teenagers, like 15, 16-year-olds. Because they're under that thing where it's if they're 18 or under, blah blah blah. But you got 15, 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old kids. So some of the stuff we talk about.
Oh, yeah,
it's okay for them to listen to, but
for sure, yeah.
But with the rules and crap, they fall into the 18 under rules. Which so I want to keep it a little bit. I want to keep it a little bit clean because honestly, when I listen to podcasts, I don't want to hear the F-bomb every 5 seconds.
I agree. Yeah, a lot of times it's like,
I can't listen to this. It's just like, I can't.
I don't like to listen to it.
I can't listen to it. Kids in the car.
Exactly.
I really want to listen to this, but
I'm the same way.
Drop F-bomb.
I'm sorry. Was I cussing up a storm?
No, you weren't. You're fine. I just wanted you to know that hey, you're fine. Everything's good. But we do want to keep it. Somewhat clean. We throw something out there. It happens. It's just gonna happen. I don't want to sit there and limit. I don't want to be like, okay, we're going to be G rated. No, we're not BG rated. We're going to be possibly PG. We're not going to be R, but we're going to be right in between PG and R, or PG-13 and R. I don't want to sit there and be this. Oh my God,
it's going to come out. I know from time to time. It's just the way that I talk.
But I don't want to listen. But what I'm telling you,
but I am trying to
online right now on stream or live is, hey man, it comes out. It comes out.
Yeah,
I have no problems with that. But you the same way with me is we throw a podcast out what we're doing right now, and we want to listen to it. Well, so like an F-bomb every 5 seconds.
Oh yeah,
I can't watch it. Can't have my child in here with me, and my son's 15 years old, but I still don't want
exactly.
Don't want to enable him. Like, well, Dad, you listen to this, and it's like this.
Absolutely, yeah. So I'm in total agreement.
That is beyond the whatever, but. So we keep this on. A phone won't come on. So we were talking about Beastmaster.
Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah, I was wondering where you kind of sidetracked me there.
Sorry,
where is this going?
So we were talking about Beastmaster, right? An '80s movie, and
such a good movie.
I was sitting there thinking, I was like, man. So I tried to cheat. but I'm not going to cheat. I thought about it. I was like, yeah, I'm not going to. I was gonna bring something on Google, and it didn't work out for me because I was sitting there trying to hit something up, and I kept hitting the wrong.
So that's why you didn't cheat.
No,
not because you're a good person.
I didn't want to.
Because you couldn't get Google up fast enough.
A, B, C, whatever. D. I just like, you know what? Screw it. I don't want to cheat. So let's talk, and I really want to do a full. I also want to do a full episode on 80s stuff.
We need to do a whole 80s movie segment.
Just that's what I was.
Old 80s.
This is where I was going.
Yeah.
Like, should we do it now? Or
No. With that, there's enough material there for several shows.
For 80s.
If we do it now, we're going to be here talking for hours.
So
if you want to do one, if you want to do Beastmaster, sure. But I can't remember a ton about that right now.
Well, good.
We could do a watch along too.
Well, I was going to say, and this is going to be the segment, right? And how about this? Off the top of your head. This is going to be our segment. Off the top of your head. Top 3. Could be comedy, could be romantic, could be action. Your top 3 off the top of your head 80s movie.
Oh my God! There's no way I could do this.
And this is what I'm saying. But this is right off. This is right off the top of your head. We're gonna go back and we're gonna do another episode of, hey, I've done my research. And this is my top 5, top 10.
Yeah, it's like trying to just pick your favorite band or something. It's impossible.
But this is what I'm saying though, and hear me out.
I mean,
YouTube chat. Somebody say something. Tell this guy. This is all
A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, or Return of the Jedi. I mean, what?
I know. I knew
one of those was in the 80s. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so this is right off the top of your head. This is like, hey, my head. I'm just boom right here, just off top of my head.
I like
top
weird
3
movies too.
And it's fine. The Killer Clowns from Outer Space. That could be
man. That was a great movie.
But what I'm saying is like off the top of your head.
Well, what's your
you go first?
You go first then. Off the top of your head.
Top of my head.
Top of your head.
Top 3.
Top 3.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I knew that was coming. Okay.
Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh yes.
Top of my head.
Yes.
Top of my head.
Have mercy. Yes.
Big Trouble in Little China. Wonderful. If you want to talk about Big Trouble in Little China,
oh God, we have to.
We
have to. Not
Dollar.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's
a good Christmas movie.
It's not up. It's not up there with Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh,
because it's not up there with Ghostbusters. It's still good. Die Hard's wonderful.
Yes,
but it's not the other two. The other two are freaking like they're all dude. It's not hard. It's not two cult classics. Yeah. There's 2. It's just not up there with Big Trouble in Little China.
I also want to do, and if it can be a segment in the 80s when we do an 80s one. I also want to do a Christmas 80s movies top 3. But right now,
for sure, yeah.
So let's focus right now. So
off the top of my head, Goonies.
Oh, perfect.
Off the top of my head,
perfect. That's a home run right there.
I like Goonies. Yeah,
it's a home run.
I keep wanting to say Revenge of the Nerds, but I don't even really know. I mean,
that's 80s. I think that is 80s.
Oh, for sure, 80s. It's just like, I don't know where that... Dude, there's so many great freaking 80s movies. Oh, Ferris Bueller's Day Off! I mean, come on. No! That's one of the first movies. No. I mean, like...
That's why I'm saying off the top of your head. Because it's like, holy
there's so many, though. Like, dude, Flight of the Navigator, The Last Starfighter.
All right, you know,
I mean, dude, the 80s were just erupting with really good movies.
All right, so like I said,
here's the question I have for you: why did the movies today suck so bad?
The remakes.
They're all remakes, or prequels, or sequels, or. There is no original movies.
And let me throw something at you.
Or there are no
and this is bad because I mean this ain't bad, but this is going to piss a lot of people off. People are trying to be so inclusive with their movie.
No, I'm with you there.
And honestly, I am a Christian and I am to love everyone. Yeah. So I'm not preaching hate right here.
I totally agree with you
when I say this. People
100%.
are trying to put so much inclusive in movies that it's turning other people off.
They care way too much about checking the boxes than the story. And they're I think studios are also way too, they're worried about taking a chance on a new IP. They want an easy check, which I get. That would make.
But you would think that people would learn from Bud Light or Budweiser when they put Dylan on a Bud.
Yeah.
What happened?
The wages of
What happened?
woke or broke.
They lost millions of dollars. I don't even know. They lost
BlackRock, yeah, BlackRock. Well, they're coming back now. So
absolutely, because everybody's like, okay, it's over, it's done, it's good. But you push an agenda on the whole population.
We are seeing that go the opposite. The pendulum is swaying back. And we are seeing it, and thank God for it, because it got so bad that I could barely go and watch a movie.
Absolutely.
And it was terrible.
So, like I'm saying to you out there watching this, I'm a Christian, and I love everybody.
Yeah.
But when you try to be inclusive, it's almost like trying to force it down somebody's throat that they don't want. It's like a kid that don't like broccoli, and you try to force it down the throat. It's going to come back up on you.
Yeah.
And I am okay with what you're doing because I love you as a person, but I might not agree with what you do. Don't put it down people's throats.
We were just talking. Speaking of going down people's throats, we were just talking about sketch.
Yeah.
We brought up the homosexuality thing, but we didn't say he sucked. We didn't say he was a bad person.
No, we didn't.
We did. Just like we said he sucked.
Well, he did.
But I mean, not in that way.
We know what he did.
Yeah,
absolutely.
What I think personally about that doesn't have anything to do with anybody else. I have my own worldview and spiritual beliefs about that sort of thing. I hate that type of person? No,
not at
absolutely
all.
not.
Not at all.
In fact, it's the opposite of what I believe in. I don't hate anyone.
I have friends that are. Okay, so here's this is flawed. This is flawed. I'm a human being. I'm flawed. I have gay friends. I have friends that do not agree with what I agree with as far as me being a straight Christian. I'm straight. I'm Christian. But I don't hold it against them. If they want to be gay, if they want to love same sex, whatever, I'm not going to hold it against them. I dated 2 girls that were bisexuals. I didn't hold it against them. I mean, of course, this is like 20 years ago. This is 20 years ago, but I didn't hold it.
In fact, you thought it was pretty cool.
I'm not going to answer that.
I'm kidding.
But I'm just saying that all I'm saying is I'm not preaching hate, and I won't preach hate.
I don't think anybody would think that though. I don't think that.
So,
like, I didn't. If somebody said that about what you were saying, I think that they're just haters anyway. Cause,
that sounds about right.
Yeah, because what you were saying had no intent in that direction.
All right. So when we come back, we're going to do 80s. We're going to talk more about 80s movies, unless Matt hits me up on something as we're taking a break, because I've got to go.
And at that point, dude. Oh, Stand By Me?
So he's decided to talk while we're.
Hold on. Stand By Me was a 90s movie.
So we're talking about 80s movies now.
Wasn't Stand By
And
Me
he's
a 90s
still talking
movie?
to him. I was like, wait, let me unmute first. What did you say, Toy Soldiers? I think Toy Soldiers.
Toy Soldiers was 80s. Well, that was the Brat Pack. Yeah. That was the Brat Pack. Yeah.
No. So Toy Soldiers was the damn
Tom Cruise.
little.
Yeah.
That's Top Gun.
I know, but his first.
Oh my god, I'm so confused. Oh wait,
his first movie wasn't it Toy Soldiers?
Kristen. Hey, Kristen. Oh my gosh, it took me forever to figure out how to join. Join? Do I have it set to join or something? I don't know. If I did, I'm sorry. My bad. Kristen, do you have any 80s, like on the top of your head? Don't look, don't cheat. Top of your head, do you have any 80s movies? Top 3. Hit me up. Let me know. Let me see. I think I said Ghostbusters.
Do you not know who I was talking about? The Brat Pack, you know, the all those guys.
Yeah, not the Brat Pack. I said Ghostbusters, Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah,
and
that was the best one.
That's like off the top of my head.
Easy, Big Trouble in Little China.
No, Ghostbusters.
Lord,
sorry, Ghostbusters is my best. That's my number.
Ghostbusters was awesome. Yeah,
that's my number one. So you were talking, and I couldn't hit unmute fast.
My Project X, you didn't know my Project X. And War Games. I mean, come on.
I know War Games. That was not Ferris. Matthew Broderick.
Matthew Broderick. Yeah.
Yes. War Games was
absolutely. Yeah.
So
freaking great.
It was fun.
Stand By Me. Was that a 90s movie or an 80s movie? I think it was a 90s movie.
Stand By Me.
I think that was actually in the 90s, dude. Right?
Stand By Me.
I don't know.
I can't look that up.
Man, I'm too old.
Hush. He needs to go out. All right. Hold on a second. Stand By Me.
That was a good flick. That was River Phoenix. When did River Phoenix die? Well, yeah, I know, but like River Phoenix was in that, or he was in it.
I watched that.
Joaquin Phoenix's brother.
86.
86, yeah.
86. Okay.
Yeah, dude, that was a great flick, man.
What was that? What was the other Stephen King movie? It. Stephen King, It was great.
Yeah, that was, he had a ton of them.
I'm guilty here, but
I've
never watched the new It.
Oh, really? You're not missing out.
I kind of was like rebelling because of seeing the first It.
Yeah, I agree. No, I'm with you, man. Tim Curry is a freaking maniac, dude. That dude is like he's one of the greatest actors of all time.
Kristen, you nailed it. I mean, off the top of your head, you nailed it.
What?
Ferris Bueller.
Oh, that was one of mine.
Back to the Future.
Yeah, that's
and
great.
Stand By Me.
Stand By Me. There you go.
Oh my gosh. The Ferris Bueller.
Yeah, that was in my top 3.
You know what's funny about Ferris?
Dude, that is possibly one of the greatest movies of all time.
She said,
gotta be.
Kristen said that the new It movies were hilarious.
They were really bad.
That's cringe though, because I'm like, it's supposed to be scary.
Yeah.
And if she laughed at him, I'm gonna be the same way. Because I mean, I think the old It movies were better.
It was kind of a made-for-TV thing.
Yeah.
But that novel's very odd. Anyway, it's hard to turn that into a movie.
Do you like Langoliers?
No, you mean the movie or
Langoliers?
The story?
The movie.
Yeah,
the movie.
The short story was good.
Cameron's your spirit animal.
Huh?
Cameron.
Oh yeah, for Ferris Bueller. Yeah.
Yeah. I loved him in that movie. I loved him, and he was like one of my favorite characters. Him and Barris, the girlfriend.
I do. It's freaking awesome, man. That was a freaking.
Okay, so Kristen has confirmed, and I trust this. She said the older It movies were better. So I trust her. I trust her.
Yeah, I mean, made for TV.
Yes.
Yeah, they're made for TV.
Doesn't matter. I still trust her.
I agree with her. It was. I'm like again, Tim Curry. The motherfucker. He was born to be a badass actor.
Tim Curry.
Yeah, he was way better in my opinion. Although that French dude did a good job with it.
That French dude.
Whatever that guy's name is that played the new It, he was pretty scary. Yeah, and there were some really good special effects.
Makeup.
Yeah. That was nice. That was good. It was just way creepier when Tim Curry did. I'm sorry. Everything that motherfucker does. Sorry, I am foul mouth, man.
Keep going.
I'm sorry.
Tim Curry's amazing.
Yeah, he's great, dude. I mean, Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Okay.
I mean, like, dude, you can't get any better than that guy. That guy's just awesome.
If you put the new It compared to Tim Curry's It, which one looks more friendly, which you would actually hold hands with and walk away with?
For sure, Tim Curry. That's the problem. That's the issue.
Absolutely. So
He makes it scary. It has to be a little of that.
So they make this demonic.
Yeah, it's way too. It's
looks
over
too
the top.
scary.
Yeah,
it's like
too scary.
What kid's gonna walk away with it?
Yes,
It's not gonna happen.
you just. Yes, that's a very good point that I'd never really thought about.
Thank you.
It's got to be a little friendly to be eerie and scary and off.
Yep.
You're very right about that, and I never really thought about it. He's way too over the top. Right.
Yes.
And the new one, he's way too over the top scary. Tim Curry did it more like I'm Pennywise the dancing clown.
Oh,
you know, it was Georgie. You know, the weirdness of the clown in the sewer. It was eerie and odd, and it wasn't over the top.
Get my raincoat.
It wasn't so over the top monstrous. To mention again, that's a really hard novel to turn into a movie. You do realize do you know the ending of that novel?
Nothing odd.
The Ritual of the
movie. John Ritter was in that movie.
Do you know what they have to do in order to kill it?
About that. John Ritter was
yeah. Do you know what they have to do
in the novel?
In the novel,
I don't know what the novel.
These are kids.
Yes, they're kids. They kill them. Yeah.
You know how they defeat them? I heard of an orgy,
but not in the movie.
Not in the movie, but in the books. That's the ritual of Kachud. Or Kachud, I think is what it's called.
Wow, that's kind of dark, dude.
These are kids, dude.
So
kids.
Oh my god,
dude! Stephen King was a very weird dude when it came to that. There was some.
You know about it though, and then we can make a whole episode about it. We could, and comparing the.
Oh yeah. People have. There's YouTubers that have.
Who cares about them? We're talking about us here. But it's I loved watching the flashbacks, and I haven't seen the. No,
but you don't you don't like horror movies. Why?
She said, "No, I'm out. Get Chris Hansen."
We just talked about him earlier.
Oh my god! Yeah, we actually did bring it. Earlier. Oh my god! But
you don't like horror movies, so why were you into?
So wait, it's. I watch horror movies. I just don't. I have to be in the mood for them.
Well, I do too. Like but I love horror movies.
Like the last one I watched was the what's his name? Guy from Gladiator. What's his name?
Gladiator?
Yeah.
The American Gladiators?
Yeah. No. Gladiator, the movie Gladiator. He played
Gladiator. Oh, yeah. Russell Crowe?
Yeah, Russell Crowe. The one
they're making a sequel to that.
He was the priest, the Catholic priest. It was
The Exorcist movie?
Yeah, he was an exorcist. He was an exorcist. It was a good movie. I liked it. That's the last one I saw.
That didn't look like a horror movie.
Oh, I love Kristen, I knew I loved you.
Was it good?
For some reason, I knew I loved her.
Maybe it was a joke.
I fall asleep to horror movies.
Yeah, I love horror movies.
Yes. No, she falls asleep to them. I love it. I love it. Thank you, Kristen. Thank you for filling me on that one. Conjuring.
Conjuring was that was okay. I liked it. All right.
Road Rage one. No, it's the Pope movie. It's the Russell Crowe. It's he actually is playing the a real life exorcist priest. Like
I know the movie you're talking about. Yeah,
the top.
But I didn't think that was it was really a horror movie.
I liked it.
It looked more like a thriller.
It doesn't matter. I like it. I like it.
We were talking about horror movies.
I don't give a shit. Oh, the Pope. The Pope's Exorcist.
There you go. Yeah.
That was a good movie. I really liked that movie. It had everything. You know what's funny about the movie? Because I'm not, like I said, I'm not really big into horror movies. I mean, I do watch them. I do. I'm just kind of like,
you know,
look, she's running. Oh, look, she tripped over a tree branch that she could have just jumped over. No, she's got. I hate that about horror movies.
There are a lot of horror movies that have great stories.
It's
If that's what
creepy.
if you're getting that, if you're trying to say that horror movies have bad stories, then you're watching the wrong horror
I did
movies.
see one that got me pretty good. I can't remember what it was called, but it was.
There are some that will get in your head, and you'll think about them for months.
Yes, there have been some of those too.
I'm not talking about the slasher movies.
I'm not going to knock horror movies, but there's some that I'm just like really.
And slasher movies are fun too. I like slasher movies.
Stranger movie's good.
Huh?
The new Stranger movie is good.
Stranger.
Oh, I think you know what you're talking about. I can't. I don't know.
You're talking about the one, the Strangers, the prequel to the Strangers or sequel or whatever it is.
Why is this horror?
I think I know what she's talking about.
I can't see what she said.
It's the one where they have the baby doll masks and stuff, and they knock on the door.
Strangers.
Yeah, the Strangers.
That's creepy as hell.
It was a good one, but I still don't think that's a horror movie. That's more of a thriller, in my opinion.
Yeah. That's how you're gonna be 2 on 1 and die. That's what I'm saying.
What?
I'm Kristen. Because you got 2 people, and then you got the killer, and they freaking die. It's like, what
are you talking about?
Like, what you're saying? I get it. Like,
you're talking about a dude that's got knives on his fingers, or a dude that's like 7 feet. Pretty talking about horror movies, or the guy is 7 feet tall with a machete.
I went full Purge.
I can't see the same thing that you're seeing. So
Purge is.
I know Purge,
dude.
I really like horror movies.
So here's my
again. That's not a horror movie. That's more of a slasher.
Yeah. She's got Strangers Chapter 1. Strangers, dude. That
was a good movie,
dude.
But not a horror movie.
Well, yeah, but it's still like.
It was good though. Yeah.
It's not a horror movie, but it's still one of those.
The beginning of it,
hackers.
There is a horror movie, or more of a kind of like a really messed up movie. You probably heard of it. It's kind of famous. The House on the Left. Yeah, they did a remake of it. Yeah, it was really like It bothered me watching that movie because it's about like rape and like. Just straight rape and murder. That's not my thing either. But the beginning of that movie, The Strangers, reminded me a lot of The House on the Left, and I didn't really like to watch The House on the Left.
What about Wrong Turn? That was like Wrong Turn 1, 2.
Oh, dude! Actually, those were fun movies. You didn't like them?
Dude, those movies were so warped.
You know what? Dude, there was such a fun movie.
So warped. I'm still here.
They were running from this demented trucker guy. What was that one called?
Come on. Demented trucker?
Yeah, he called everybody on the CB. He called him Candy Cane.
I hadn't seen that.
Oh, it was such a good flick, man. It was like this demented trucker guy, and they played a prank on him or whatever, but it turned out bad. Like he was messed up. He just left me here. That was a good one. It was something like Wrong Turn, I think is the name of it. Something like that. Yeah, no. I wish I could remember the name of it.
Yeah, I was like, Wrong Turn. Because
she knows it. Yeah, Candy Cane, exactly. Joyride.
Yes,
yeah.
Paul Walker. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one. It was kind of a flash in the pan. Like there's only.
Love that movie.
Yeah,
Lily Sobieski. Oh my! I haven't heard that name in years.
Do what now?
Lily Sobieski.
I don't know who that is.
Crazy dog.
But not a whole lot of people watched or saw that movie.
Lily Sobieski.
No, I'm talking about the movie. Oh. You had to be kind of like just a straight up horror fan to see it because apparently I don't know if it did very well in theaters. Well, what do you keep looking at?
My daggum dog. He keeps running the door and a movie runs off. Loki. You know, it's funny. I mean, Loki, Ares, Calypso.
I know. Yeah, you got a problem.
Greek.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I followed.
Kristen's telling you what Lily Sobieski is. She was a girl in the movie.
I can't remember what girl in that. She was a blonde, I think.
Her name's Lily Sobieski.
So I can't remember who she was. Dude, it's been a very long time. Jeepers Creepers was a great one. Dude, that was the ending of Jeepers Creepers was like jaw dropping.
Let me tell you about
that crazy old school song playing. Dude, seeing the skin. Oh man, it bothered me.
So Jeepers Creepers, I was living in an apartment by myself because the Edward Lorne, who's on YouTube and on Amazon, he's a digital author, blah blah, bastard fat. Anyways,
the guy you showed me,
he owes me money.
Yeah.
So he was my roommate, and
he does a Stephen King.
He just like midnight left me, right? Just midnight, just boom, left me like 2 months into our 3 months into our year lease with an apartment, and just holla, left me with the whole shebang for what 7.5 months, bastard. Anyway, so he
Pat's drunk.
No, I'm really not. So Jeepers Creepers, I was in my apartment, and I was like, I'm gonna rent some movies, and I got Jeepers Creepers.
So you actually do watch horror movies then?
Every now and again, not as much as I need, and not as much as everybody else does. So I got, and I'm like, I'm watching this movie, and I'm like, dude, it was Jeepers Creepers. 2 was okay. 1 was better.
I like 2. I like 2 a lot.
I like 1.
1 was much better, yes, but 2 was good.
2 was good, but I'm like,
I really liked how they played out too.
You always try to compare like the
sequels are always awful, but Jeepers Creepers 2 was great. It was really good. They did a good job with the story. Any more 80s movies I can think of? I'll say this is speaking of horror movies. Well, yeah, but speaking of horror movies, the very first Child's Play was actually creepy as shit. I know they've become very campy and funny, but the first one was real creepy. It was very scary.
Sequel was great. So Kristen agrees with you. She thinks the sequel.
No, she's talking about Jeepers Creepers.
That's what I'm saying. Jeepers Creepers.
Yeah. The first Child's Play, though, I say this a lot to people, and they're like, "What are you talking about?" Dude, back in the 80s, it was like they played it.
So Chucky was hilarious in like
in the sequels.
In the sequels,
in the first one, they did not play Chucky funny. Yeah, They did not play. They played him creepy and played him lifelike.
She's nailing him. Leprechaun.
Leprechaun was wonderful, dude. Wonderful. Dude, Meat Cannon. He did like all the Meat Canyon or whatever.
Let me go with.
He did all the Leprechaun movies for.
Let me say one thing about Leprechaun real quick, because I didn't watch. I can't remember it that much. But the first time I watched it, like what I can remember from the first time I watched it was this dude seems pretty cool.
That was I forgot. Yes. I'm like, no, that was what's her name from Friends? That was Rachel from Friends' first movie, or one of their first movies. What was her name? Hell, was married to Brad Pitt.
Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah. Like one of her first movies was Leprechaun.
Exactly. Okay, so we're going back to Chucky. The first one, when he went after the mom, was funny to her. When Chucky
really?
Mom, yeah.
I thought it was very creepy.
How you gonna get attacked by a toddler? You know what? I thought that too, because when I watched that first movie, like now the sequels were like they were laughable, but the first one I'm like, dude, just freaking rip his head off or something.
But it was very the way the story was told was very dark.
She even said Leppy was reasonable.
What?
Leprechauns.
Yeah. The way the story was told, I'm not saying that it wasn't ridiculous. It was a freaking doll, like she's saying. I'm just saying the way the story was told, it was way more creepy. It wasn't as campy as the sequels.
The second one, yeah.
The sequels were just ridiculous.
The one with Jennifer Tilly was like,
yeah, but they were kind of funny too. Like they're fun to watch. Yeah, exactly. They're fun to watch. But the first one, they actually wanted. It seemed like a serious horror movie.
Now she's.
Do you remember Maximum Overdrive?
Yes, I do,
dude. That was a freaking the huge diesel with the clown on it, or clown face, or Joker face, or whatever.
What was his name? It was like
it's like a green laughing clown or something.
Green Goblin.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, like a green.
Yeah, that one gave me nightmares. Actually, gave me nightmares. I watched that movie one time. I gave that stupid damn goblin gave me nightmares.
Have you ever seen the video of Stephen King promoting that movie? Because he directed it.
Yeah. What?
And he put out a video promoting it that I guess they showed to people before like movies and stuff. He was so coked out, dude. It was nuts.
What?
Yeah, he had a horrible cocaine problem, and he was so coked out while they were filming them.
Yeah.
Like it was all you could tell. Like it's on YouTube. You just YouTube
that.
YouTube Maximum Overdrive Stephen King and just look at it.
I'm watching that.
He's messed up, dude, on cocaine. It's crazy.
So Kristen's brought up Cujo, Pet Cemetery, and The Omen. You know what's funny? And then she says, The Exorcist haunts me. I watched it once and never again. You know what's funny about The Exorcist? And I want to get back to Pet Cemetery too. But The Exorcist, my mom, this is back in the days, I'm younger. I'm like, shoot, man, 10, 11 years old. And my mom was telling me about The Exorcist. And she said that when it came on TV, that she was terrified of The Exorcist.
Everybody was.
Right? Terrified. And she said...
People had never seen that before.
So she said she turned the TV on, and it was on a commercial. So she, back in the day, you didn't have cable. You just turned TV on, and you had like 8 channels.
Yeah, you had 3
to walk up and flip through.
Yeah.
So she turns the TV on. It's on a commercial. She goes and sits down, and so she's across the hall, not across the hall, but she's across the room, and it comes back on. And it's the Exorcist, where they're trying to exorcise the demon out of her. And so she's like sitting.
Of course.
So she tells me, she's like, so I'm like this, trying to go into the play and turn the TV. Now, granted, the TVs are at this time is like you have to like go to and flip the switch, or flip the off and on switch. You didn't have like you didn't have it. So she's telling me this, and she's like, I was just terrified, and I didn't sleep that much at all that night. I'm like,
well, so if you think about it, like the horror genre, hadn't really been built. There'd been horror movies before that for sure, but like The Exorcist was like it was really scaring people because people didn't realize like once you find out a little bit about how they shot the movie and everything, how they refrigerated that entire room so that the fog would be coming out of her mouth and stuff.
Yeah,
it did insane things to make that movie weird as crap.
Mm-hmm.
And it worked. I mean, it scared the hell out of people.
Everybody, yeah.
So I mean, great flick. It was a way better movie than a horror movie.
In my opinion, I enjoyed honestly, horror movies, the Exorcist movies like that. I like those better than most other ones.
I liked The Exorcist as a movie.
Shining.
It's not as good of a horror movie.
Dude, she's throwing them out there. I think she's good.
Shining's great.
Are you Googling?
That's possibly
top of your head.
I mean, it's Kubrick. Anybody, Kubrick doing anything is awesome.
She's got Shining, The House on Haunted Hill, and Poltergeist.
House on Haunted Hill was a fun movie. Poltergeist, come on.
Okay, so 80s?
To this day, hearing the theme song of Poltergeist.
So 80s wise,
oh dude, that's 80s great.
Wise,
yeah.
Poltergeist is like tops. It's like
it was.
I'm not saying top number 1. I'm saying in the top 10.
It was number 1 for the movies that scared me when I was a kid.
It's like
when I was a kid, that movie scared me.
Poltergeist is like one of that whole series is like top. It's like,
and then you find out what happened to the adders.
Yeah,
and
it's one. It does go in the top 10. As I think, as far as like whole cringe.
Gremlins. I loved the Gremlins, man. Gremlins was so good.
And I wouldn't say cringe. I'd say like creepy. Like, oh my god, so creepy, dude. Because she's watching the static movie. She's watching the static on TV, and all of a sudden she gets sucked into the TV. And
cringe about.
So I'm saying it's not cringe. It's creepy.
It was awesome. This house is clear.
I know, man. It's like insane. He's like, come to the light,
dude. It was so good though. But that was way before all those tropes began.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't anything like that. This was totally original storytelling,
And now these days,
the Lord's in His holy. That guy singing.
You know what's so funny is a lot of these 80s movies, they stand the test of time, right? They stand the test of time.
Yeah, some of them. But back and watch Sleepwalkers.
What I'm saying is,
no.
some of these, but you know where we have the more CGI and more our production's better now, CGI is better now. So if you don't remake the movie, and what I mean by that is you don't change the script, don't change the actor type, keep the actor type in there, keep the script in there, and just add like. And I'm talking about the actors. I'm talking about the actor type, not the actual actors. Like bring the same crew, lookalikes, or whatever you got to do in this movie. Keep the script the same, and just and like enhance it, make it.
I've heard this argument said so many times, the argument against CGI, and I never understood it until I saw this was years ago, I watched a rerun of Species on TV.
That's a good movie.
It does not hold up.
It's a good movie.
The CGI it was a good movie when I first saw it. The CGI totally flops, and it makes that movie.
See, that's what I was saying.
You can go back and watch The Thing. And it holds up to this very day. And that movie's, 30 some odd years old?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean,
It's a really good movie.
The Thing is freaking awesome, and it holds up, and the special effects hold up. So that argument is solid.
So my argument is
CG messes everything
up. If you want to reboot these movies like Poltergeist, don't reboot it. Keep the script the same. Just get your actors in there that kind of look like the actors that were in there.
Reboot it. Why?
Well, people reboot everything these days.
Just tell
what I'm saying is,
story.
if you want to make it more up to date, like an up to date movie, don't change anything out of the script. Just make it more up to date, more with the technology we have. Just cast it, keep the script, and make it. Don't try to be funny and crazy and put all the woke shit in there.
I knew it was coming.
I mean, and honestly, to me, just leave it alone. But I'm saying if you're going to, sounds like.
Well, I mean, people are leaving. They're definitely, movie producers and shit like that. Disney is leaving money on the table. They have the rights to do Star Wars, and they won't do it. They won't give a regular decent Star Wars story to fans because they want to do that kind of thing.
Yeah. So
whatever.
But so they want to keep doing that.
The dude wants me to sit here and talk to you guys while he's taking a whiz. Can't do that. I've tried the podcast solo. It doesn't work, bro. Yeah, they're leaving money on the table. I don't know. I don't think they should be remaking movies in the first place, though. They should be telling actual original stories. And the problem is, I've heard the argument before that everything's been done, but I think that's bullshit. You could have said that same thing in the 70s, and people still came up with the original good stories. Unfortunately, I think people have forgotten how to write good stories, like at all. They don't know how to. Hollywood does not know how to make good movies anymore. There's a few of them. Every now and then they slip through the cracks, and the new Top Gun movie was one of them. That Maverick. That was a great flick. It was fun.
What?
Maverick was a good movie. It was fun. There's not a whole lot to it. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't Francis Ford Coppola. There wasn't a whole lot to chew on. It was just a fun movie. It's like Real Genius. I love that freaking movie just because it was fun.
Real Genius. Yeah.
There wasn't a whole lot there to really pull back and discover. It was just a fun freaking what happened to fun flicks?
So Maverick,
just to be a good fun movie.
Now you come. I love my dog. I tried to get him to come in a second ago.
So she said what?
Hey, come on. Come on. Oh. So yeah, I you know what? And I hate saying this, but I have not watched Maverick.
It's good. It's very fun.
I've
It's a
watched
very
Top
fun
Gun,
movie.
and I love Top Gun. Top Gun's one of my favorite movies. But I haven't watched Maverick, and my stepdaughter, dude, she watched Maverick. Like we told her before you watch Maverick, you've got to watch Top Gun. So she watched Top Gun. Now, granted, she was like force fed it, and she didn't really care for it. She liked it,
Mm-hmm.
but she fell in love with Maverick.
Yeah,
the movie. She got a coffee cup and all that.
Dude, my 11-year-old watched Maverick, loved it. Then went and watched Top Gun, loved it too. They're just good movies. There's not a ton there. Like I said, there's not a whole lot to
dog
to the story or whatever. It's right there in front of you. But sometimes that's a good thing.
I liked the soundtrack.
Yeah, what's that guy?
The soundtrack's good.
It's that guy. What was that guy's name? He wrote Highway to the Danger Zone.
Kenny Loggins.
Okay, Kenny Loggins. He's famous for the all the 80s theme songs. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. He's good. Kenny Loggins did a lot of
crap ton of movie. His whole career revolved around putting songs in movies, and not cool way like freaking yeah,
jeez, oh my god,
yeah, absolutely.
So Caddyshack's one of my favorites.
And you said 3 movies. How the hell are you gonna pick?
Well, that's what I said off the top of your head.
This is 10 years.
Because so what I'm saying is
how sad that question is, though, Pat.
Yeah,
that's 10 years.
Well, that's why I said,
dude, it's been 20 years and we haven't got any really good movies.
Well, I said off the top of your head. That's why I said off the top of your head, top 3. Top of your head. So that means, okay, you gotta think when your brain's processing this, you're going, okay, I've got 10 movies now. Which 3 you all like?
You ever seen a movie called Gotcha?
4.
It's a really fun movie called Gotcha.
Is that the gun?
Paintball movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it gets into Spies Like Us.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Spies Like Us.
Oh, my God. What's that one with Eddie Murphy?
Beverly Hills Cop. Trading Places.
Beverly Hills Cop, too. Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah, absolutely, dude.
Awesome. So we have ventured into the 2-hour.
Yeah, man. It's been a long one.
I guess. I guess it's might be time.
Again, I like I said, we can talk about 80s movies for a long time.
And forever about anything. Yeah. So we're venturing off in the 2-hour area. I know for about 2 minutes there at the beginning we were muted. That's my fault. Anyway, so
you need a producer.
Yeah, I didn't. I was thinking about asking Ozzy, Bruce, whatever his name, whichever you call him, Bruce, Ozzy.
Would he be interested in that?
I don't know.
I call him Bruce.
It won't be hard though. It would not be hard.
How are you gonna say that to me? You know I call him Bruce.
I call him Ozzy.
What? Really?
Yeah.
You don't.
Yeah, dude.
I've been in the Discord and I've heard you talk.
I call him his real name. I call him his real name.
You call him his real name.
But like Ozzy's like has been his.
I call him Bruce and like everybody looks at me like I'm weird.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't care.
We call him
I've always known the guy as Bruce. I don't care. I will always call him.
Well, I think
Bruce.
if you can get him out and he comes to your crib. Come here, crib. I think
he's always welcome.
Because we've already talked about like us getting together one night. So if we can get him out with us, he can be Jamie, like for Joe Rogan.
Yeah, pull it up, Jamie.
Yeah, we can just like slide it over. It's like, all right, this is what you do. Have fun.
If he's into that,
and we can put a mic on it. We can bring the.
Didn't he say he wasn't really interested in?
Yeah, but if we bring the Yeti and the camera's not on him, he'll still talk. He can hear us. I mean, he can not hear us, but they can hear him, and he can just put his 2 cents in, and nobody'd see him.
Okay.
He's like, who's that guy that doesn't want to be seen, but he wants to put his 2 cents in, but he don't want anybody seeing what it looks like.
The Wizard of Oz.
Well, the cat that you watch on Waffle Cat. He has the Waffle Cat picture on his.
Oh yeah,
those guys. Yeah. They don't want to be seen, but they want to be heard, right?
Yeah, that's
Growl.
Yeah,
So,
growl. Yeah.
like we could have him like
I
that.
don't
So
watch, man. It's been a long time since
pretty
I've
much we
been
could
on
set it up like we're doing what we have right now, and just have him on the side. Say, all right, click this and click that, and it's like he would have clicked maybe 1 or 2 times. It's like, hey man, put it on, hit this, hit that, and then we got to go on break.
No, I get it. Yeah. And I mean, to be completely honest, you wouldn't be seeing me if it weren't for your bitch ass putting this camera in my face.
I'd love to have Oz in him. I'd love to have Oz in a Bruise.
He's a very funny
He
guy.
is very funny, and we can get it if we can get him just to do Mike and just to Mike and pick him up.
That's the problem, though.
No camera on him
Because he never might. Remember, he won't.
We'll take the cams and let him have the mic, and that's fine with me. I'll put the mic.
I don't know that he'll mic up though.
Maybe
because he's Mr. Typer.
Maybe we can get him to type. Maybe we can get him not type. Maybe we can get him to.
He'll have to be our chat.
Put that third voice, man.
I totally agree with that. That would be very fun.
Dude,
it's only because of the house that he lives in, though. Because he said he wakes people up. He's got a billowing voice,
but he's got so much intellect.
I know. He's a very smart guy,
and he's got a lot to say, but he just won't say it because.
I think that sometimes he thinks that we're going to take it the wrong way. I see he's known you forever.
Look, I take shit the wrong way from him all the time. I don't care.
No.
Anyways,
and he knows it. So he doesn't know me as well as you know me. And I'm afraid that he might think that I might take it the wrong way.
Okay, I think...
And I don't take things
the
wrong way.
Ozen Bruce, he knows you better than you think he does.
He might. He yeah.
And he knows that
I've confided in him many times,
and he knows he can say he knows what he can do, what he can't do. He knows. It's just like me and you. We know what we can do, what we can't do, and we know what to bring up, what not to bring up. Because it's like, hey, we're friends, we're buds, and we know. Hey, I know what pisses this guy off, and I'm not going to bring it up, and you know what pisses me off, and I'm not going to bring. You're not going to bring that up. And unless I like the last podcast or the last show that we did, I was being a dick. I was in a really bad mood. I watched it back before this. Everybody listen. Holy crap, man! Was I that much of an a-hole? But did you see? And I was. But did you see what I did? Yeah, you powered through. I powered through. I kept it going. But man, I was really like. And we had a good show. We should have got up and taken a bat to my face. We had a good show, right? I mean. YouTube, you can tell me I didn't have a good show, but I think we had a good show that night. It was fun. It was a good show. Yes, I agree. I just, man, I don't know why I kept coming off very a-hole-ish. It was like, good Lord, why? So I wasn't mad. I don't know why. So I've talked to Jesse from Jet Paranormal again, and I just want to reiterate that we are in talks with collabing with those guys. Letting you know this because I don't know. So you have told me. I have told you, but I didn't he got back with me, and me and him are trying to figure out. We haven't got anything set in stone, but it's gonna. They're in Ohio. So we're trying to figure out if it's going to be because he has family here in Alabama, so he might come down here. We're just trying to figure out if it's going to be. I told him to find somewhere in Tennessee. So what they do is they go to these places and they ghost hunt. And Mr. Matt Black here is a skeptic, and I'd love to bring him on one. I am. I don't know what you call it, but I'm more in the clairvoyant area. I hear stuff. It's weird. My son actually sees stuff, and my mother actually feels stuff. So if you put all three of us together, we're pretty much. We're a So you put all three of us together, then you've got a clairvoyant, I guess. I'm not sure what it is, but I do know that. Yeah, that's funny though, because you're right. That's you're 100%. Hear no evil, right there. So because I've heard stuff, and like I said, my son has seen stuff, and I've seen stuff out of the corner of my eye. Weird shit, but. My mom, she has felt things, weird things, and she's been to places where she's like, I'm done. I'm out of here. I can't stay. It's nope. This is nope. I'm out. You know, it's weird things. You know, I haven't felt that. I felt that once.
That place that I went to, and
I felt that once, and that was at so your experience.
Yeah.
You like, you just want to leave. You
Yeah.
don't know why. You just want
It
to leave.
was-
And I've been, it's like one or two different places. I'm like, I got to get out of here. I can't. So we're trying to work with them and do a collab with them. They're a small paranormal channel too. They're starting off. I think they've got shit, man. They're in the 70s, 80s subscribers. They're getting there.
That's
Oh yeah, man.
good
That's a lot better than me. I got hell, I don't 16.
Just getting your foot in the door.
I got 16 maybe.
Yeah.
But so we're trying to work with them. I'm hoping we can get something going with them. I think we'll have a lot of fun with them. If you want to, and this is actually kind of funny because I thought about this too. If you want to kind of see where me and Matt fit in with this, Matt's a skeptic, so you know what skeptics do. I like the whole Josh Gates thing. So,
What?
if you've ever watched Expedition Unknown or anything,
Who's Josh Gates?
Josh Gates is awesome. I love this guy. He's more of a narrator / host of these shows, like Expedition X. I think Expedition Unknown. So I really kind of watch him and try to take things from him as far as like trying to do something like this
Yeah.
in front of a camera. He's so funny. He's such a look him up. You need to look him up.
Okay.
But you know Josh.
And you're like that guy, you said?
I know. I want to be like him. That's what I want to be like. Because I do believe in
because he's not skeptical.
I do believe. Yeah, he's not skeptical. I do believe in stuff because things have happened to me. So we're trying to do that with Jet Paranormal. It's J.E.T.E Paranormal. So we're in talks with them. I'm hoping. I don't know how long it's going to take. It might take. I mean, it might be 6 months from now. It just really depends on when me and Matt can get off at the same time. When they can get off at the same time. You know, you've got it's him, his sister, and his sons. Both his sons. One's still in school. One's out. So it could be just three of them and me and Matt. So we're working on that. We're trying to get that collab going. I'm actually working on a couple of more collabs with some of these sports streamers. Would make for me as far as like NCAA football's coming out. Next, I think early access is next Monday night, Tuesday, the 19th, 20th, and then I should be getting it around Thursday or Friday because I'm cheap. So that should be coming up for me doing those live streams. As soon as I get back in the speed of playing football, I should be getting some live streams in with that, playing some football. But more likely with the podcast stuff that we're doing right now, I think me and Matt are going to be trying to do it. We're going to try to do it not every other. I'm sorry. We're looking into doing it every weekend, at least once a week. It could be.
It's doable.
It could be Saturday. It could be Sunday.
That's a nice time frame to at least shoot for.
Actually, it could be a Friday too. It could be a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. We're just trying to do. We want to try to go live at least once or twice a week, or once a week is the goal. Twice would be great. But I will be doing some sports stuff too. I'll be going live doing some sports predictions for the Southeastern Conference. Doing my predictions when they start up. I'll be doing some gaming streams when the football comes out. Mr. Matt Black here will be my co-pilot. We'll be doing some more podcasts, all this fun stuff. Matthew, you have anything?
Hey man, I'm here for the ride. I've enjoyed doing this kind of stuff forever. You know me. I'm kind of old hat to the podcast game. Very new to YouTube game, and I'm willing to ride your coattails as long as it.
I'll ride my coattails. So, and I don't know if anybody's gonna watch this part right here.
I don't care,
but I'm gonna. This guy right here is the one that got me in podcasts. This guy's right here is the one that got me saying, "Hey, put a camera in front of you, or put a microphone in front of you, and hit live or hit record, and just go at it."
It's such a blast. It's so much fun.
So this guy is the one that did it, and so man, I tell you what, this was a good cast. I think we had a really good time, and honestly, all we honestly did tonight was just set it up and hit live, and we just went because we had nothing. We talked about some things.
Conversation is a funny thing. It's something that's no longer practiced. In this weird the world that we live in now, everything's a tweet or an email or a text message. Most people don't even have phone conversations anymore. So just sitting at a table with someone and having a conversation over beers, it seems ridiculous, but that's really rare.
Yep.
Unless you're at a bar trying to get laid, you're really not really talking to folks.
I love
what I'm saying.
I love it.
I mean, it's
that's good stuff.
You don't really get into a conversation with someone. So this is a way where we could kind of redo that part of our human existence or whatever.
And to show you, we have not had a phone in our hands. Now, granted, I tried to look some stuff up earlier, but no phone. We're just talking to you, and we're having a great time about it.
Yeah, that is true.
Yep.
I agree. That's a weird one.
Yeah.
There's a movie that somebody told me about, The Social Experiment, that has to do with people on their phones all the time. Yep. I need to watch that. I heard that it was really good.
What's funny is being in the elevator at work
and seeing people.
How many people just get on their phones to avoid talking to you?
It's not to avoid talking. It's because people are. Okay, so because we are so disconnected, nobody talks to anyone anymore, and nobody says, "Hey, how are you? How's your day?" That sort of thing. Small talk. People don't engage in small talk anymore. That people feel awkward in an elevator, so they look at their phone.
So you know what Pat does?
What?
Pat goes, "Hey, what's going on? How you doing?"
Of course you do.
So what you looking at on your phone?
Mr. I eat anxiety for lunch.
Did anything that I need to know on your phone? Can you tell me? I mean, I don't let you just sit there and watch your phone. I'm going to interrupt your phone time because that's just what Pat does. So that's what I do. And it's fun. Because you know what? Once they pick their head up and look at you eye to eye, they're like, "Holy shit, there's somebody else there."
He's not freaking attractive.
We're ending on that. And, until next time,